What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the EA FC Career Mode. It's episode number 39. Returning today on the back of the season opener where we saw some major transfers happening already. We saw big outgoings, obviously we saw Malik leave to Liverpool. We also sold Jashari to Burnley as well. We loaned out a load of players. We bought 4 new players in as well. And there is still a massive amount of money of 65 million remaining with a month to go to the window slam shut. We ain't finished signing players yet. Right, it's getting ridiculous now. I've got another bid for Donaldson. He's not on the transfer list. Like, he is not on the transfer list. So why do these bids keep coming in? He literally signed a contract a month ago. If he was on the transfer list, this would make sense. But he's not. I very rarely block offers, but this is really annoying me now. Like, he literally signed a new deal a month ago. It's not realistic to expect him to leave, but yeah, I'm still waiting for Everton to sign a striker so I can go ahead and pick up my number 1 target, Pavel. I want him. I want this guy. I've got his brother out on loan right now, but I want this guy to lead my line this year. Well, at the moment, all we're missing is the striker. I mean, we bought in Moussa Dembele on a free transfer, but of course, he's not going to out-muscle Adebayo in the first season. Both Elanga and Sulemana can play up top, Vidigal as well, but really, I want this year someone to battle with Adebayo for the starting role. You know, Loader did that last year. They split the game time in half. I want another one of those players who can compete with Adebayo for that starting slot. At this rate, I think I'm going to blink. You know, I said I was going to wait until Everton bought a new striker, but I don't think they're going to. It's a game of chicken, and I think I'm going to blink first and go elsewhere. And Forest have just put a bid in for Muric. 2 Golden Gloves in 3 years, but Forest are relegated last season, so obviously not going to sell him there. I wouldn't be against selling Muric to a big European club, but Forest right now in the Championship, that just makes no sense at all. So if I still can't get Pavel, I'm gonna blink very quickly. I need a new striker, and he's just not going to have any competition at Everton, so I won't be able to get him. I'm going to make our first signing here. I've seen this guy commented a lot in the comment section, and rightfully so as well. You know, we like those homegrown players, especially those that are actually born and bred in Luton Town. Jay De Silva. I remember watching this guy play for Bristol City thinking he's got a great future ahead of him and could potentially go on and be a solid Premier League left back. It never really worked out though. You know, he's one of those sort of players that showed raw promise and certainly a lot of raw pace as well. But he just never really developed at all. I guess the injury certainly didn't help, but released by Bristol City, went to Coventry, now released by the Sky Blues as well. And we're going to go ahead and take him on a short-term 2-year deal. It just makes sense. Yep, he was part of a trio of brothers that signed for Chelsea when he was just a kid. So like Charlie Patino, left before he managed to make a mark in the first team, obviously. But now back at Luton Town. 29 years old, 74 rated. Truth is, he's not going to get that many games, but as a squad player, it's another backup in that left back role for Giles. And also Justin, and also plays at right back as well. And Connor Roberts still might leave too. So to me, just a bit of squad depth, homegrown player, it makes sense. Right, first game of the season, let's crack straight on under the lights at Power Court. Newcastle, we finished above last season at home, aiming to get off to a winning start this year, as once again, we aim for a top 7 finish for the 3rd year in a row. Anything other than that is a failure. Also guys, I sliced my left thumb open on a kitchen knife this morning, doing the washing up. It's not one of those cool, sexy sports injuries, but yeah, if I don't play as well today, I'm going to use that as my excuse, because I can't really put much pressure on the left joystick, if you will. I'm sort of doing it with the bottom of my thumb, the base, if you will. But I'll do my best. I'll do my best anyway. Suma to Alcaraz, chance for a breakaway here. As the offload to Gabriel. And in the middle is Alcaraz, great chance. Elijah says, Gaffer, you don't need a new striker. I know last year I was subpar, but it won't happen again. 33 minutes in, he's read the papers, he's seen the tweets, he knows we're targeting Pavel, but he says, I'll wear the armband when I'm out there, and I'm still the main man up top. That is a clinical finish into the bottom corner as well. I don't normally hit it low, but that is a sweet strike past Melier. Bottom corner, and it's taken him just 33 minutes to get off the mark this season. He's still our main guy up top. Duke on your dicker. Adebayo, there he is again, lovely turn, Alcaraz, surely, bang, clips the inside the post, and it's a goal and assist for our number 11. Carlos picking up where he left off last season. He had a great debut year And this is why the short king, as much as we love him, is out on loan to the team we're facing tonight. Alcaraz has been an amazing budget buy from the Saints. Great hold up by Adebayo. That's what we know he's capable of. Carlos makes it too. This game feels like it's already done. Yeah, I checked the bench pre-game for Newcastle. Cox not on there. So I guess you could say that he's been denied permission to play against his parent club tonight. But it's frustrating because I really wish you could like specify the amount of game time the club promises to play the player. Oh, it's very brave that from Ballard. Because in Football Manager, you can basically say to a club who you want to loan your player to, look, we'll loan him to you, no problem, but he needs to be an important player or a regular starter, or, you know, sometimes if it's a goalkeeper, you could say he doesn't need to be first choice, but he's got to be a cup goalkeeper, you know. But in FIFA CM, you don't get that choice, you know. They take him and then it's their choice whether they want to play him or not, and it's so frustrating. We all know the transfer market isn't great in CM, and it does need a lot of work, but you know, the loan system, in my opinion, needs a major revamp. And the thing is, it could make the game so much better as well, like so much better, because for those that play long saves like we're doing, like, you know, you're gonna have youth players, or at least young players, that are gonna need to be loaned out from your squad if not getting the game time. And it will make the world of difference to be able to specify what kind of club you want to send them to, what facilities they've got, what league they're playing in. You know, target a club to loan the player to, but also as well, you know, ask that club if they're going to actually play him or not. Because if they're not, it's like, well, it kind of ruins the immersion a little bit, you know. Because the player's likely to still grow, but it's not the same feel, you know. It's not the same feel. Even so, a win is a win on the opening day for Luton as we close this game out, and a 2-0 victory over the Magpies. I think now we're starting to eclipse Newcastle. You know, Brighton were the team we wanted to be. We've eclipsed them, and now we're starting to eclipse Newcastle too. Looking for, I think, the third year in a row we'll finish above them. 2-0 on the opening day. Perfect start tonight at Power Court. And I do hate to sound like a broken record, but again, that is what Adebayo is capable of in that game. You know, the finishing touch, but also to get the assists as well. Still haven't had the Carabao Cup draw yet. Oh, no, wait, now we're at top 17. It hasn't come yet, does it? But oh, we've got a bid there for Vidigal. That's an interesting one. Aston Villa. That is an interesting one. Everton, please, guys. He's the one I want. You know, like, it's so frustrating, man. The one you got your heart set on, but it's not going to come off, is it? For Andre, however, we picked him up on a free transfer from his release from Stoke, but really not quite got the quality required to start in this team. He's a decent squad player to have, but I'm okay letting him go. 6 mil to Emirates Aston Villa, we'll take that. They've had a loan deal for cash in. That's an interesting one, but now in his mid-20s, don't really see the point in that. And Espanyol want to take Ollie Marks on a transfer. No, I like this youngster. I don't like those. I'm just going to change this youth player. That's what I'm going to do now. If I can't get the Bartman's brother, I'm going to change the boots of my youth players, because they are just sick, and not in a good way. Right, following game, first away day of the season, Brighton at the Amex. I said we surpassed the Seagulls, now it's time to prove it with a big victory here against the Zerbi side. Let's start off 2 from 2. Very good Brighton team, to be fair. A lot of good players in there. You know, they've got Gio Reyna on the left-hand side. João Cancelo, you would have noticed, at full-back as well. It is a good side, but I think ours is better. Adebayo dinks it. Alcaraz on the chest. On your dicker. Oh, yes! Raphael Onyedika, first in a Luton shirt for Raphael. Get in! He's been a great pickup from Club Brugge on a cut price deal. Still getting better in his mid-20s. Replacing Jashari as our starting DM this year alongside Basuma, and he's done a solid job. Comfortable on the ball, good defensively as well. And this is a really nice build up here. Gabriel Long, this should be 2. It's Long, he's drilled it well wide the post. Weaker right foot, to be fair. As we're still up by a goal, but looking very encouraging out there. And that is going to do it. It's not a dominant victory, but a controlled one. It's back-to-back wins for Luton to start the season off, and back-to-back clean sheets for Correa coming in to replace Malik as well. I still we surpassed Brighton, I think we have. I still we surpassed Newcastle, I think we have. And now we're starting to prove it with the results as well. Top 4, we're going to come for you this season. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, I know it's going to be very tough. Season's long, and obviously mindful of what happened last season when we flew out of the blocks and then we struggled mid-season. As Vidigal has gone to Aston Villa for £6 million. We'll take the fee for the ex-Stoke man, and it does reduce our squad size even further. So right now, I'd say that is my only real concern here. Have we got enough depth to be competitive in the league, the domestic cups, and also Europe as well? And Fulham want to loan in Oliver Marks. Not against that, to be honest here, but again, the depth is the concern. I'll certainly consider it. But yeah, we're going to need some more squad depth here. You know what's going to happen with Pavel, by the way. You know exactly what's going to happen. So Everton continuing to say, no, he's not for sale. I guarantee, as soon as I go for my second choice, which is Castellanos at Lazio right now, you know, joining Patino, former Lazio player. This guy's got fantastic attacking position, great leap on him as well. As a poacher, I think it'd be great. As soon as I go for Castellanos, Everton will sign a striker, and then I'll be able to get him. You just know it's going to happen. And if Marks does go out on loan, I wouldn't mind picking up another free transfer just to get a bit of squad depth and continue to fill out the resis right now with so many games to come this season. I know quite a few of you have suggested a Dele Alli redemption story. We did that last year, though, in my career mode of Everton. Of course, in this save, I am trying to do things a little bit differently and sign players that I don't ordinarily sign. So with that being the case, we'll say thanks for last year, Dele Alli, but this time we're going to look elsewhere to keep things different and fresh. Mahmoud Dahoud, released by Brighton. Let's pick him up. £42,000 a week, 2-year deal. That'll take him up to retirement, I'd say. And Mahmoud Dahoud is in lots of European experience with Mönchengladbach and more noteworthy, I suppose, Borussia Dortmund as well. And, of course, signing for Brighton on a free transfer has now been released by the Seagulls, but can still do a job as a squad player in this team. Possibly could still get a little bit better as well. So we'll take that for the good experience there. And as Lazio want to take James Justin. I mean, we took Patino off them, but no, guys, sorry, he's Luton born and bred. He's homegrown. I need him for the squad registration rules. Marks, it was wanted by Fulham on a 2-year loan deal then. So yeah, we'll negotiate there. Now that the Hood is in, I think we've got enough squad depth in the CM area, as Ainsley will probably see out the season too. So I'm okay with that. 2 years at Craven Cottage for Marks. Third and final game of August, newly promoted Blaze, like a yo-yo team right now, but for us, the only direction we're hoping to go is up. Yep, third game, let's make it 3 wins on the trot to start the season off. Yep, did this last year, you know, flew out of the blocks, then had that mid-season slump, which prompted me to question whether it was time to go. In the end, we've opted to stay, and I ain't leaving until I win Luton that major honour. We'll have some very good chances this season as, oh, great save by Stanek on Long's header. With the Conference League, I would say really the Conference League is the most winnable of the competitions we'll play this season. Last year, dumped out of the preliminary round in the Europa League. This year, I think failure to get it to even the semis would be a failure now we've developed into such a good team. Careful, careful. Oh, no. Oh, man. Switched to the wrong man. Dragged the wrong way. Blades have the lead. Yep, big wins against Brighton and Newcastle. We're now newly promoted Blades a goal down 15 minutes in. There we go. Let's go. Come on, push the pace. He's on Adebayo. He's definitely on. Oh, that's a pen. All day, every day. Going through the shoot and, you know, last ditch tackles, why sometimes do they award it as a red? Why sometimes the yellow? Like, do you remember against Spurs? Was it last season when I got penalised for a last-ditch tackle that was outside the box for a red on Ballard? But that, from 12 yards, is only a yellow. Isn't this even more of a clear goal-scoring opportunity? I don't fully understand it. Even so, Adebayo's going to go top left here. As he aims to get another. And he does! Coolly sends Stanek the wrong way. And Luton Town have their leveller before the break. Going to make a treble change here with 16 on the clock as I throw the attacking bodies forward and aim to win this here. I like bringing on O'Hare and changing one of my DMs to CM where Callum can play because he's got decent defensive stats and a high defensive work rate, but he also gives us a little bit more energy through the middle as well, you know. Oh, Adebayo, great touch. Takes it on early. Oh, just wide. Still win this, come on. Blades just looking for the point now. We don't want to drop 2 on match day 3. Adebayo. Alanga. Oh, finish! Finish! What a strike, mate! Top bins, clutch time! 2 on the clock, and that is what this guy can do, man. He's a streaky scorer, but when he's on form, he's as good as anyone in the league, and I stand by that. Top bins, no chance for Stanek. Game over, we'll win it to death. That's why you don't want to panic when you go a goal down early, as Ollie Marks has now gone out low to Fulham. Oh! Well, I mean, I saw this guy as my successor for Muric, you know. I mean, he's only 20, he's still getting better. Oh, mate, but when Inter come calling, looking for their long-term successor for Handanovic and Onana, I don't know where he's standing his way, you know. Well, it does kind of make sense as well, because Emi Martinez might still be there, but he's out of contract coming the end of the season. And they're going to want a successor with the Argentine World Cup winner approaching retirement. Paul Lopez also out of contract coming the end of the season. It makes sense. It makes sense. I'm going to have to do it. It's a huge bid, and we can still get more as well. I'm going to have to let him go. I said to Piotr this year, you will be behind Muric, but next year afterwards you can take over as a starter. But he said, no, I want to be a starter now and play Champions League football as well. He's off the academy ground to the San Siro. Massive sale. And as deadline day comes round, waiting for that deal to go through. You see that the youth players are now starting to take over in this save. That Dortmund centre-half, Wagner, on his way there. And there we go. Well, we've seen it after one advance. Kaczmarek is off to Inter Milan. Gutted. Absolutely gutted. But my successor for Muric doesn't want to wait any longer. Great loan spell at West Ham last year. Top young shot stopper, but he thinks he's ready for prime time right now. Can't stand in his way when a European giant like Inter Milan come calling. Club record fee though, 52.5 mil, plenty of money coming in, and over 100 million now waiting in the budget to reinvest. Come on, Everton, let me have your striker. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get him. Absolutely got him, my number one target all through the window, and after 2 months, I still can't bring him in. We'll advance a couple more hours, but we only got the one goalkeeper now. So as Kilman's left Spurs to Getafe, that's an interesting one. We had to sign someone. I do have a name on the shortlist who, if I can't splash the cash on what is surely the Lewandowski regen, well, I certainly wouldn't be against the Keylor Navas regen. Yep, found this guy doing some manual searching. Costa Rican, playing in Liga, and it's obvious who he's modelled on. 86 rated with 88 kicking as well. It cost an arm and a leg, but he has got to be one of the best young goalkeepers in world football right now. 48 million RC Lons, what do you say? Well, to be fair, that's actually only a little bit more than what we just got for Piotr. So I'm gonna stay very, very calm with RC Lons here and not just give them exact. Now this could be a brilliant deal. 54 million for Fuentes. Wow. That could end up being a bargain. Club record signing now, but for the future, this guy is special. Yep, it will be very hard to drop Muric after 2 Golden Gloves in 3 years, but at some point we'll look for a successor, and when a deal like this becomes available, you simply got to take it. Lino Fuentes in from RC Lons, no doubt about it, a regen for surely Costa Rica's greatest ever player. Keylor Navas, listed as an exciting prospect, takes the number 1 jersey straight away, and how is he done growing? He's 20. What? Well, that has put a damper on things. Ow! I mean, listen, he's still going to get better, obviously, but he's 20! What? Imagine saying to a 20-year-old kid, yep, I think you think you're seeing him, mate. Not going to get any better from here. Are you kidding me? I don't know where to start him, though, because, I mean, Muric is almost just as good, all things considered, apart from the handling, I suppose, and a positional sense as well, but oh man, it's tough to relegate Muric to the bench, but we love putting the faith in youth. That's a difficult decision now. And Muric might still go coming the end of the window anyway. Yeah, I think sometimes like when a deal becomes available like that one, you just have to take it, you know. Worry about how you squeeze them in at a later date, because that is a bargain for a player of his ability. But oh yes, oh no, I can't afford him. Oh sugar, oh that is so dumb. I said that earlier, didn't I? That's what's going to happen. As soon as we go for someone else, then he'll become available. Well, we'll include Ainsley in the deal. He's out of contract come the end of the season, so I'm okay letting him go. Oh man, because again, you've got to pay the wage and the sign-on bonus too. I don't think we'll be able to get him. We'll have to include a big sell-on clause, but I don't think we'll be able to get him, you know. Nope, I think he's out of our price range now. Well, you know, we could potentially get him Connor Roberts, who's out of contract come the end of the season as well. Maybe that would soften the fee, you know. A little successor for Seamus Coleman, possibly. Sean, what do you say? What do you say? I'm in desperation mode here, bro. You got me bent over a barrel. I ain't got the time, mate. You need to decide now. And like I said, I did expect there to be a bid for Muric. And it's from West Ham as well. Now, I quite like that as well. But is there enough time? How long have we got now? Is there enough time? I did say I could see him going. And West Ham are now a Champions League side as well. Finishing the top 4 last year. They had our goalkeeper on loan last season. This is a race against the clock here. 2 Golden Gloves in 3 years. We love Muric, but we've now brought in his successor. And when the Champions League comes calling, I think you got to say farewell, let you go. 32 mil, Moyes accepts it. It's a race against the clock. Plug that fax machine in. 2 hours to go. Deal hasn't gone through yet. And oh no, you're having a laugh. You're having a laugh, mate. Because that means I'll have to wait until the week afterwards. You're joking. Oh, I don't believe it. And now Muric is going to go on his... I totally cocked this up. So Muric gone for 32 mil. Makes sense with West Ham now, a Champions League team, and having 2 aging goalkeepers about to retire. That makes total sense. This doesn't. What's going on? There's an hour to go, which means there's not enough time for this deal to go through anyway. But Pep Guardiola has put in a bid for Ryan Giles of £170,000. What's going on? They've included a swap deal, but there's not enough time anyway. So the deal couldn't be completed now. So we can negotiate with Guardiola, but there's not enough time. So I'd say to Pep, in my opinion, he's worth, well, obviously more than 170 grand. But if we say 35 mil for Ryan Giles, they're going to accept it, but there's not enough time. You can't do anything with just 1 hour left. Same with Forest putting in the bid for Maitland-Niles. Like, there's not enough time, so we might as well just turn it down. But our budget now is up to, what is it, 91 million, which means that we do have enough for Pavel, but we can't negotiate because Everton won't let us go in until a week has passed, and by then the window's shut. This is one of the most maddest deadline days I've ever had. Well, obviously now we need yet another goalkeeper because Muric is gone, Piotr's gone, Fuentes in, but we're going to need someone as a backup. I've got Anthony Patterson on the shortlist, but I've lost a scout report on the guy. Now, I want a backup, like a solid backup, and he'd do a decent job, but I don't know how much it cost. I'm going to assume somewhere between 5 and 10 mil, but I'm going to negotiation blind here. We've got the money, so I might just say to Sunderland, we'll give you 8 million, which it might be an overspend, it might be an underspend, it might be bang on the money. We don't really know. Well, that gives us an indication of how much they think he's worth, which is going to be about 14.75 million. Okay, that is helpful to be fair. So with that being the case, we'll now say, how about £10.5 million? Well, I don't want to do is see them walk out, because otherwise we're in trouble. No. Okay, alright, well, in which case, I'm just going to say fine. I can only do one more negotiation here. I'll just say flat fee 14 mil. Totally in the wilderness here. Got no idea how much he's worth. That might be an overspend, but to be fair, for the money we got for Muric, as a backup for Fuentes, who will now be our number 1, I guess we'll just take it. Oh, please, agent, put the first offer in, because I don't know how much he's going to cost me in terms of weekly wages. Oh man, I got no idea. I'm doing this negotiation blind. This is a Duke 2.0. But we know how good Duke worked out for us. But to be fair, 20 grand a week is not too much in terms of modern day football. And he wants... Okay, well, that's fine then. That's okay. We'll try and keep him on 30 grand. I've got a feeling, to be fair, the bid we put in is about how much he'd probably realistically cost. 31 grand. I'm going to try and keep him down to 30 if I can. 10 grand a week lower than Fuentes, and we'll take Anthony Patterson in. Let's see if we've overspent or not. Well, in the end, it is a slight overspend for Anthony Patterson, but not by much. 78 rated in the prime of his career, still able to grow a rating or two, and yeah, probably could have got him for around 11 million, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not a major overspend. Went into the negotiation blind, and I think that's fair, personally speaking, right now. So we'll take that. Can still get a little bit better, and as a solid backup for Fuentes, we'll have it. So 76 mil remaining in the budget now. I mean, but I can't do what I wanted, which is to get... This is one of the craziest deadline days I think I've ever been involved in. I'm going to keep the money. I'm going to keep that money and just wait for January, and then I'll go after him. I might sign Muslera as a veteran, 1 year here, released by Galatasaray. Actually, 30 kicking. Your kicking's worse than your speed, mate. 30 kicking. What did it start off as? Well, I like the idea of him coming in as a veteran for the youngster, South American as well. But 30 kicking, and yet you somehow got the long ball pass play style. With that kicking, I wouldn't trust you to kick it 5 yards, mate. I'm going to leave it. Forget it. I'll just keep the 2 goalkeepers. Goalkeepers never get injured anyway. I like. Hang on, where's my? Oh, there it is. I like 3 goalkeepers for the realism. But instead, I think I'll just leave him and sign someone if need be in the future. Right, we'll leave the money there, and Pavel, I can't believe that. We'll come back for you in January, mate. Stay there at Everton, and we'll come back in January. What a crazy deadline day. Unbelievable from beginning to end. So there you go, Ryan Giles' talks broke down because there was only 1 hour to go on deadline day. Pep, what took you so long, mate? What took you so long? So we'll do the next 3 scouting updates here. From England, no one making the cut thus far. Oh, I feel like I've got to bring this guy in. South Africa, there's a few that are okay, but this guy's got to come in surely for the feels alone. And Kasana Shabalala, a goal for all of Africa. His son is coming to Luton Town. And from South Korea, thus far, no one making the cut, though this guy could be alright in the future. Oh, a goal for all of Africa. One of the most iconic bits of commentary that I would say. He actually looks pretty solid, to be fair. Already 61 rated as well. Buzzing with that one. Oh, mate, this is going to be a class episode. I can already tell. Let's hire another defensive coach. 4-star, silver on the old tiki-taki. And that'll help with the growth as well. In fact, there's another slot available now. Might just get another one, to be fair. He's not got the right place, so I can't afford him anyway. I don't understand the weekly salary thing, because the wage budget, we got a fortune. You're telling me we can't afford an extra 4 or nearly 5 grand a week? I don't... I see. Oh, sorry, top left there, open positions. Oh, sorry, I see. Right, let's advance through, because we're still waiting for that Conference League group. I think it's going to be drawn here after the... there we go, after the preliminary round. So it's Norway offering me the job. I don't mind that, to be fair, but I think I'll turn it down for now. There it is, Conference League group draw. Doxy boy playing for the first time, and we've got together. Not in the first 4. There we are. Rakov, Randers FC, and Derry from Northern Ireland as well. So a Polish side, a Danish side, and Derry City from Londonderry in Northern Ireland, but playing in the Republic of Ireland League. Yeah, we can definitely get through that. And we shall leave it there, guys. So big thank you for watching today's crazy, dramatic deadline day episode. If you have enjoyed it, then please drop a like. That has got to be one of the best episodes of the save, man. That was just chaos from start to finish. And yeah, we'll return in the next episode with our first ever Conference League game. So excited to play our competition for the first time. More big games in the Premier League, and we'll kick off the Carabao Cup campaign as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Much love to you, and I'll see you for the next episode of the EA FC Career Mode very soon. Pure chaos, that one. Unbelievable stuff.